Chapter 1 Arrival of the Invincible. The stars had never shone so brightly. Earth's first deep space colony, Unity Prime, orbited a distant star over 100 light-years from Earth. It was the pride of humanity, a beacon of human ingenuity, proof that they could not just survive but thrive in the vastness of space. Then came the Virak. They weren't just invaders. They were the pinnacle of a galaxy-spanning empire that had crushed thousands of civilizations under their technologically advanced, ruthlessly efficient grasp. They arrived silently, their colossal fleet blotting out Unity Prime's sun. Their ships were sleek and angular, composed of materials that Earth's brightest minds had only theorized. The energy readings from their weapons were beyond anything human technology could withstand. The Virak sent a simple message to humanity: surrender or face extinction. Resistance was futile. They were a species that had perfected conquest over millennia, eliminating the weaker species, enslaving the useful, and annihilating the rest. But humanity didn't surrender. Chapter 2, The First Strike. The battle for Unity Prime was over before it began. The Virak fleet opened fire on the human defenses, slicing through the orbital platforms and planetary shields like they were paper. The outposts exploded in cascades of fire and metal. Human ships, hastily converted freighters and outdated military craft, were torn apart by Virak beams that manipulated gravity itself, collapsing hulls and crushing crews in an instant. It wasn't even a fight. It was a massacre. But Admiral Nathan Cole wasn't about to let that stop him. "Tell Earth what's happened here," Cole ordered, standing on the burning bridge of the Valiant Star. Smoke billowed through the cracked ceiling, alarms blaring as power systems failed around him. "We need reinforcements." "What reinforcements?" asked his first officer. "There's no fleet left. The Virak, they are too strong." This was just a taste of their power. Earth doesn't stand a chance. Cole gritted his teeth. "That's not for us to decide. We'll hold them as long as we can." The Valiant fired its last torpedoes at the largest of the Virak ships. The projectiles didn't even make it halfway before being disintegrated in mid-flight by some unseen force. Seconds later, the Valiant met the same fate, crumbling into a twisted wreck as the Virak beams hit its engines. And just like that, Unity Prime was gone. Chapter number 3 The Council of Despair. Earth fell into chaos as news of Unity Prime's destruction reached home. The United Earth Coalition, UEC, humanity's governing body, scrambled to come up with a plan. But how do you plan to fight against an enemy that can reduce planets to dust? The world's greatest military minds gathered in a war room buried beneath the Rockies. Holographic displays showed the devastation of Unity Prime, the scale of the Virak fleet, and the unrelenting march of their armada toward Earth. The Virak had no interest in negotiations. They had sent a single, brutal message: humanity had 1 month to surrender. After that, the bombardment would begin. At the head of the room stood General Catherine Riley, the woman tasked with defending Earth. She had a reputation as a brilliant strategist, but even she looked grim. "We've analyzed every available report on the Virak," she began, her voice carrying the weight of impending doom. "Their technology outclasses ours by centuries. Their ships are faster, more powerful, and better defended. Any direct confrontation will end in disaster. Conventional tactics won't work." "So what do we do?" asked President Miriam Lane. "We can't just roll over." Riley took a deep breath. "We have one advantage they don't." The room was silent, waiting. "We're human." Chapter 4, The Human Flaw. Dr. Elias Kwan, a leading AI specialist, was the one who'd first realized the potential of Earth's unlikely secret weapon. The Virak were ruthless, logical, and efficient. But they had one fatal flaw: they were too perfect star. Their society, their military, and even their thought processes had been optimized over millennia to eliminate error. Every ship, every soldier, every decision they made was calculated down to the nanosecond, devoid of emotion, guided by an AI that allowed no room for unpredictability. Humanity, by contrast, was a chaotic mess. They bickered, they made mistakes, and they acted on emotion. But sometimes, in that chaos, they found brilliance. Every simulation we've run shows the same thing, Dr. Kwan explained in the UEC's final meeting. The Virak can predict any strategic or tactical move we make, if it's logical. If it follows any known pattern of warfare. But what they can't predict is the one thing that defines us. Riley took over. They can't predict human *irrationality*. They don't understand our willingness to take insane risks, to sacrifice everything on the slimmest of hopes. That's how we beat them. The plan was as crazy as it was bold. Chapter 5, The Gamble. Operation **Madman** was launched with one goal, to force the Virak to engage humanity in a fight they couldn't understand. Earth's remaining forces, what little there was, would lure the Virak into an all-out ground battle. The Virak, confident in their overwhelming superiority, would assume that they could crush humanity quickly. But on the ground, human unpredictability would reign supreme. The UEC cobbled together a coalition of soldiers, scientists, hackers, and guerrilla fighters from every corner of the globe. They set booby traps that made no sense, launched attacks from angles the Virak wouldn't anticipate, and, most importantly, they created chaos. Human soldiers fought like madmen, ignoring tactics that should have gotten them killed. Civilians refused to evacuate. Instead, they took up arms and fought alongside the military. Entire cities rose in rebellion, using everything from improvised explosives to hijacked industrial mechs to tear through the Virak's advanced units. And, slowly but surely, the impossible began to happen. The Virak faltered. Their AI couldn't process the randomness of human actions. Why would a squad of soldiers charge an armored unit with nothing but handguns? Why would civilians blow up their own buildings to trap Virak troops? Why would the humans fight so desperately when they had no chance of winning? The Virak didn't understand it, but they couldn't stop it either. Chapter 6, The Final Stand. As the Virak offensive ground to a halt, they made their final move, a full-scale assault on Earth's capital, New Geneva. Their fleet, now desperate to end the war quickly, deployed their elite units and orbital bombardments. But humanity wasn't done yet. General Riley had saved the boldest trick for last. Using a mix of misinformation, guerrilla tactics, and sheer human insanity, they lured the Virak fleet into a trap of their own making. As the Virak descended on New Geneva, they failed to realize that humanity had seeded the area with thousands of nuclear mines, hidden in plain sight, completely undetectable to their scanners. As the Virak flagship entered the atmosphere, the mines detonated. The flagship, along with half the Virak fleet, was torn apart in a cataclysmic explosion. The surviving Virak, now leaderless and demoralized, retreated into orbit, unable to comprehend what had just happened. Chapter 7, The Unexpected Victory. Against all odds, humanity had won. The Virak, for the first time in their empire's long history, had been defeated by a race they considered inferior. On the ruined surface of Earth, General Riley stood among the wreckage, her uniform scorched and torn, watching as the remaining Virak ships vanished into the depths of space. The price had been high, millions dead, cities destroyed, the planet scarred. But humanity had survived. Riley smiled grimly. They thought they were unbeatable. Turns out, they weren't ready for what makes us human.